Yogi Terada, the Research Standards Editor for the George Lucas Educational Foundation's Edutopia website, says that without the repetitive reinforcement of information, students are unable to remember even more than 56% of what they are taught after 1 hour. Think about that. That is over half. The learning crisis we face in our state today is that students are unable to retain the information that they are taught because they lack the comprehension skills required to do so. According to the 2019 ACT Profile Report for the state of Arkansas, 69% of students scored below proficient in comprehension on the ACT. But comprehension doesn't just come up in English, it comes up in other subjects such as math or science as well. For example, even if a student has a strong grasp on math concepts and works well with numbers and complex formulas, if they have poor comprehension skills, they will be unable to work through complex word problems that are meant to challenge a student to use their critical thinking skills. This is because comprehension is a cross-subject skill that students need to be able to gain the most from their education. But why are we seeing this lack of development in comprehension skills and retainment among students in our state? I believe that the main contributor to this increasing lack of development in comprehension skills in our state is due to the fact that, from my own personal experience as a Mountain Home High School student and senior, course curriculum is presented in a way that teaches for the test. In consulting the website for Arkansas State University, teaching for the test is defined as teaching with focus on only specific topics to ensure that students are able to achieve higher scores on tests. Those who teach for the test use the item teaching style, where they only focus on specific course content instead of teaching the entirety of the subject. The problem with only teaching certain topics is that it deprives a student from the full in-depth understanding of all the concepts and ideas that go into a topic. This is what led to this decrease in development in comprehension skills among students in the state of Arkansas. But now that we know the cause of our problem, we can take steps towards solving it. Although this is not an issue that can be solved overnight by any means, there are many practical things that can be done to start. What I believe needs to happen is that educators from across our state need to come together to develop a course curriculum plan that will help teachers, that can be implemented in the majority of classrooms across the state, that will allow teachers to avoid item teaching. But there are two key components that must be incorporated for this to be effective. The first necessary component is that teachers need to support a curriculum-based teaching style over an item teaching style. This means that instead of only focusing on the topics that will be on the test, they must cover the entirety of the course curriculum. The second component is the incorporation of all the different learning styles into your lessons. That is visual, auditory, logical, verbal, and kinesthetic. According to Doreen Lopez, a professor in the history department at Xavier University, catering to all of your students' learning styles is essential. In addition, as you incorporate and implement each unique style into your classroom, you will challenge your students to use their critical thinking skills to further develop their comprehension skills by having them learn with a style other than their own from time to time. By incorporating both of these components into a course curriculum plan, we will be able to further develop the students' ability to retain the knowledge that they gain within school. In our schools, our educators are faced with the challenge of preparing students for their future. As members of the community who are concerned with education in the state of Arkansas, I know I'm not the only one who has come to recognize this growing issue within our state. By recognizing that we need to get rid of teaching for the test and incorporate a course plan that uses both curriculum-based teaching style and all 5 learning styles, we will be able to successfully further develop the students' ability to both comprehend and retain the information that they are taught in school. And now that I've left you with this challenge, I leave you with the words of attorney and former First Lady Michelle Obama. To read, write, and analyze. To have the confidence to demand justice and equality. To have the qualifications and connections to get your foot in the door and take your seat at the table, all of that starts with education. As the representatives of the educators in your community, that education starts with you, right here, right now. for your time.